So, question number one, can you
Okay.
tell us a little bit about yourself and what your life looks like for you outside of surrogacy?
So a little bit about me. I actually am, let me see, I'm in a medical field. I actually enjoy basically taking care of other people. I'm actually going to school right now to basically do my classes and try to get into the nursing field. I do have three kiddos. My oldest is six and my youngest is two. And then I also have a three, almost 4-year-old. And then I do have two pets. I have a Aussie, and then I also have two cats. So a little bit about me. I don't know. I mean, I've always been open-minded and pretty much an open book, honestly. Yeah.
That's so nice. So, an
Yes.
Oz, and what's an Aussie? Or that's
Like
his
a
name.
Australian Shepherd. His
Oh,
name is Teddy. Yeah, he's a little guy.
oh, because you said Aussie, and I was like, I've never heard of that, but okay, that makes sense. Like
Yeah,
an Aussie
yeah.
Australian Shepherd, like, that makes sense.
Yes.
Well, question number two is, what first inspired you to explore becoming a surrogate?
So that one, I feel like it's like very sensitive for a lot of people to bring up. But I actually worked with a lot of nurses, you can say, that had experienced fertility issues, and just hearing their stories and knowing that I could easily get pregnant, but knowing that someone else out there is struggling and taking them, 8 to 10 years to finally have inner child. But honestly inspired me just knowing how, there's amazing parents out there that are struggling. And if I can help them, then I definitely would be willing to help them.
That's really nice. That's so sweet. Oh.
Yes, thank you.
So question number three is, before starting the process, what were you the most excited about and what were you the most nervous about?
So honestly, I was excited to honestly be a part of someone's story. Just knowing that I can help create someone's family, I feel like that was more exciting. But the more anxious part was knowing that I had to get myself injections. Like, I think I was more anxious for that than anything else. But honestly, I made it. I went through and I survived, and it really wasn't as bad as I thought. I do know a lot of surrogates do talk about the connection of, like, you're getting too connected to the baby, that getting away from them is going to be emotionally hard. And I actually was center thinking yesterday I was like 4 weeks out from having a baby. And honestly, I've been feeling pretty good. So I think mentally it's nice that me and the parents have a good connection.
Oh, that's so sweet. And about the
Yes.
injections thing, I feel like that's what
Yes.
most surrogates say actually. Like it's the
Yes.
injections. Um,
Yes.
I can understand that. I don't think there's anyone out there that's like, oh yeah, injections. So
No, no. I had to have help with that for sure.
I think a lot of people normally have like their partners or like the family member help them.
Yeah.
I feel like it helps. Like they calm you down. So
They do. And
yeah,
it's just the thought of like giving yourself an injection just sounds nerve-wracking.
I know.
Yes.
Okay, so question number four. How did your family or your friends or family react when you told them that you were becoming a surrogate? And also, yeah, like your children too. I'm really curious, like how do you explain
Yeah.
that to them?
So that one, whenever I told a lot of family members, they were kind of more like in shock. They're like, wait, hold on. So how does that even work? Like, I think that's like the most common thing, even with like my coworkers. They ask me like, so how do you become a surrogate? Is it like your child? Like, is this going to be related to you? How are you going to handle it? So it did have me thinking a lot with a lot of like family and friends. Just, okay, no, they did ask this. Now, how am I able to manage it? So I think mentally preparing yourself before the whole start of the process helps out a lot. So I think that can help with the family and friends questioning me. And then as far as like my kids go, my daughter, I think she was kind of confused about it at first, but then whenever she kind of saw pictures and understood, then she was like, okay. She would tell her friends that my mommy's carrying a baby for someone else. So she always thought that was super neat.
That's good. I feel like you, or from also what other surrogates have said, you just have to like really talk
Yeah.
about it with your kids and like have them kind of
Yes.
understand that you're helping someone out and that you're doing,
Yeah,
yeah. Like I feel like they're so
definitely.
innocent and they don't fully understand, but yeah, that's true.
No, they know there's a baby. They're just like, wait, I
Yeah,
thought
but they're
there's a baby in her belly. Where did it go?
yeah, exactly. Oh.
Yes.
Okay, so the next question is, what initially made you choose ACRC surrogacy when you were exploring agencies?
Well, so the biggest thing to me is like transparency. If you're not really transparent, and in the beginning, I see a lot of red flags. I did talk to another agency before joining ACRC, and then it was kind of more okay. They weren't telling me who these parents were, because my biggest thing when I wanted to do surrogacy is I wanted to get to know the parents. I wanted to see, their goals, and yeah, I wanted to hear both sides and not just the one side. And then with this other agency, I only heard just from like the agency people, not really from the parents. So that kind of like was a big red flag to me. And then I also had a friend that actually donated her embryos through ACRC, and she talked highly about ACRC. So that's why I ended up sticking with them. So I wanted to follow my gut, but I also wanted to feel like family too.
That's nice.
Yes.
Oh, and so you said you
Yes.
really wanted like to have like that IP relationship, right? That's,
Yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
I feel like
Yes.
that's really important when you're doing a journey.
Oh, definitely. I
Yeah.
think it's something, it's a special feeling just knowing that, you're seeing this family grow.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like
Yes.
most of the time they're excited like to see updates and stuff. So
Yeah,
like,
they
yeah,
are.
it's nice when everyone's involved for sure. So the next question is, do you remember your first like initial like interaction with the ACRC team, and did anything stood out to you?
Yeah, actually, I still talk to Samantha now. She was the intake coordinator, and honestly, she just like checked in on me constantly, like, "Hey, do you need anything from my?" I remember her asking for my paperwork and me trying to scavenge for everything, trying to find it. But I think honestly, me going through Samantha and keeping that relationship even until now has just been kind of nice. And then following Samantha, I had Kim, and even Kim, up until this day, she'll message me, "Hey, I know you're 4 weeks postpartum, but are you doing okay? Do you need anything from us?" So it's been pretty good from like the very first like me praying my patient all the way up until me already being a month out.
I mean, we have really great intake managers, but I think Samantha's like one of the OG ones. Like,
Yes.
she's been with the company
I love her.
for a while. Yeah, she's super sweet. And then
Yes.
Kim Flores, she's
Yes.
super, super sweet. I really like her. And
Yes.
I remember actually when I think you flew into California, and I was fairly new with the company still. And
Yeah.
she was like, "Oh, I have like a med screening for like a surrogate." And so I remember like I feel like I've been with your journey too, like from what Kim has been telling.
Yeah, it's so neat.
Yeah, that's crazy how I remember clearly like, oh, Kim's going to your med screening, and then now you're 4 weeks
Yeah, it's so
post.
crazy. Yeah,
I know.
time is just flying by.
I know. I remember when I saw the pictures that you got professionally taken. I was like,
Yes.
no way, she's almost like due, and then she's like ready to. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I remember her med screening, like.
It does. I was like, the med screening feels like yesterday stuff. Like I still remember
Yeah.
everything from California like yesterday.
Okay, next question is, can you walk me through the match meeting with your intended parents? How did you all know you were meant for each other's journey?
Okay, so like honestly, the match meeting was probably the most nerve-wracking because like this is like your first impression. Like this is gonna be who you're gonna care for like the next like 9 months to however long you guys speak communication. But I know like when we first got on, I think of us we were both kind of like, okay, we're kind of shy, and I feel like I'm more of like extroverted now. So now I can like get communication going and kind of get them talking. But yeah, I started off a little bit, and then once Samantha kind of helped us with some questions, and we kind of opened up, and I knew right away that they were going to be a good fit just because hearing both sides of like the mom and the dad and hearing like their goals and dreams and everything just kind of made it like, okay, I definitely want to be a part of this, like their parents' journeys and stuff.
That's really
Okay.
sweet. Question number 9 is, what was your experience like during pregnancy with ACRC's coordination and communication? Would you recommend working with ACRC to anyone considering becoming a surrogate? And if so, why?
Um, so honestly, I feel like my experience has been amazing. Like Kim has been amazing about like messaging me, even like still now, but she'll message me constantly like, hey, how's your pregnancy going? Do you need anything from us? And, send anything over to me and I can help you out. And it also was nice knowing that she can be the one to pass the information to parents so that I'm not having to give any like medical advice out to them. So that kind of was nice, just knowing that we had that middleman in between us to kind of help things. But honestly, like I've had like a great experience like the entire pregnancy, literally from like match meetings all the way up until like postpartum. I can't complain. But it's been very nice knowing like I have the parents and then I have the agency also just like checking in and chiming in.
Yeah, that's really sweet. I feel like when you have a
Hmm.
combination of both, like really nice IPs, or like that they check in with
Yes.
you or like they communicate with you, and then like a nice case manager or like agency is
Yeah.
behind that, then like you're
It's
surrounded by all this like support and love, and then your own person, like
yes.
your own family. Like
Yes.
I feel like that's just the best combination.
And I work in the OBGYN office too. So I've been getting a lot of
Um,
support from them, and I work for my OBGYN. So honestly, I can be like, hey, doctor, like this and this, and he'll tell me. So it's been really nice too.
wait, this is a
Yeah.
side question, but because you work for an OBGYN, like were you able to do all your like follow-up appointments and everything there, or did they?
Yeah. I
Oh, that's
was.
so nice.
It was so
Very
nice. Like I can be
convenient.
like, hey, I need you to see me on this day. And he'd be like, okay, that's fine. And
Oh,
then like
that's
my
so.
son knows everything was done there.
Oh,
So it was
and did
nice.
you deliver there as well for the?
Yeah, my OB, he actually delivered me. He actually made sure not to miss the delivery. He came in
Oh,
on a day he was even on call just to like deliver me and see the parents and help the parents guide them with cutting the cord.
that's so nice. Your
Yes,
OBG
yes.
is your OB is female or male?
He's a mouse.
He's a
He's
male.
like
Oh,
he's like
okay.
my dad. Yeah, he's like my dad's age.
Oh, that's so
But he's
sweet.
so sweet. Yes.
And that's so sweet that he like came on his day off because like he probably knew about your whole journey. Like he knew you since
Oh
before
yeah.
you even started. So, oh, that's really
He helped me like with the paperwork and stuff in the beginning to like say
okay.
I'm okay. So he actually looked through my files just to say, okay, yeah, she's good fit to be a surrogate. So
Yeah.
yes, he was there the entire time.
Oh, wow. You really had like a really, it sounds like a smooth journey. Like, over.
Thank you. Yes.
Next question is, what did it feel like to know you were helping someone build their family?
Okay, so that one is like the most rewarding feeling ever, honestly. Like just knowing that you're helping build this family just for this family or get this family started. So like for my intended parents, like they were first time parents. So knowing that, I'm giving them and helping them out. I don't know. It's just very like sensitive feeling for me, but definitely rewarding.
Yeah, I think rewarding is like a good answer.
Yeah.
Okay, next question is, well, I know you kind of we already touched on this, but like, what was your
Yeah.
delivery day like for you emotionally and physically?
Okay, so it was actually kind of a funny story. So I remember it was like on a Saturday when my water broke. Actually, we just sat down at a seafood place, and I literally had like 3 or 4 shrimps, and I was like, I'm sure that was my water. So then I called Kim, and then I called my doctor, and that's when he told me he wasn't on call. I'm like, that's okay, but he's like, I'll make it there. And then Kim got hold of the parents. We went up to the hospital, and she was asking me, she's like, do you want the parents there now? Or do you want them to kind of hang off? And I'm like, I don't know if she was going to come quick or anything. So I was like, no, have them go ahead and go up there. If they're willing to wait with me all night, they can. If they want to just come, I mean, I'm not going to say yes or no. And then honestly, they were there with me the minute I checked into the hospital up until, baby got to go home. So it was actually very nice. And mom and dad, they both decided who was going to do skin to skin and who cut the cord. Cause I was like, as soon as this baby is born, like, I want them to be the one to do the skin to skin. I want them to be the one cut the cord. I was like, I'm doing this for them. So I want them to have all the first. So that was like the biggest thing. And just having them there on my side the whole time and making sure I was okay. They kept saying, do you want me to bring you something? Do you want me to adjust the pillow for you? So it was actually very nice.
Yeah, that's super nice. And that's so
Yes.
that your water broke at a restaurant.
I
That
know. So yeah. So we just sat down and I was just like, I'm pretty sure it was my water.
oh, okay. Well, that's better than like I was imagining just like you were so hungry and then like you sit
Oh
down
my gosh.
all of a sudden you're like, oh, now I can't eat.
Now it's time to go. Yes. No,
Okay.
thankfully, I got some food in there because even a nurse said she's like, "I hope you ate," and I was like, "I scarfed." I went
Oh,
ate and ate, just because you never know how deliveries go.
and I have a question. So like your
Yeah,
PTs, obviously they have an idea of where you are like in your pregnancy like journey, like, oh yeah, you're scheduled
yeah,
to be delivered like 2 weeks or like in 2 weeks. So do they
yeah,
travel like all the way to you, right? Because they're gonna go to your
yeah,
hospital and then they just kind of have to wait and see until the baby's delivered.
yeah. So actually, because I know I got myself checked early, and I told Kim like, "Hey, Kim, like, I'm already dilated. I'm already like making changes." So she let the parents know, like, Alexis is already this far along. She's like, with it being her, because it'll be my fourth delivery. I was like, with it being my fourth, she may come really fast. So they weren't expecting to come till I was like 38 weeks. And then they ended up coming down when I was like right about 36 weeks. Kind of came down and they kind of hung around and we checked out some places. We did go out to eat and just messaged and showed them some like cool little things that we had here in our town. But
Oh,
otherwise, I mean, yeah, they did come a little bit earlier and they stayed up until they got everything they needed to go back home.
oh, okay. Well, that's nice. Like
Yeah, it
they
is.
they just have like yeah time to relax and
Yeah.
until they become parents. That's yeah.
Yes. And settle in. That was like the biggest thing because I can imagine just like coming in and you have nothing set up and you're going to be here for a while.
Yeah, that's true. That is very true.
Yes.
All right. Well, we'll go to our next question, and we don't have that many left. How has the postpartum period been for you these past 4 weeks?
Actually, it's been pretty good. So I decided last minute that I wanted to go back to school. So honestly, my classes started like 2 weeks after I delivered. So honestly, I've been basically in the books. I went to class and I told everybody, I'm like, yeah, I just had a baby. They're like, why you had a baby like a week? I was like, Yeah, I was like, but I need to keep myself occupied and, I was like, I was helping another family, so I don't really have to worry about taking care of baby and managing classes. So honestly, my postpartum has just been me getting into the books and writing papers. Yeah. Yeah. So basically
That's
that's what I'm doing. I'm keeping myself
okay.
busy and keeping contact with parents. So it
Oh,
wasn't
okay.
bad. Yes.
And are you getting like updates like from the baby or like the pictures of the baby?
Yeah, yeah, they do. They'll send me pictures at least once a week and they'll message like, "Hey, how are you doing? Like, are you feeling okay?" So it's kind of nice knowing that they're worried about me too, because they're like, "Are you doing okay? Do you need anything from us?" And I'm like, "No, I don't need anything from you guys, but thanks for asking."
Oh, they seem really, really sweet. Okay, next question is, looking back, what has been the most rewarding part of your surrogacy journey?
Honestly, I think the most rewarding part is finally giving the parents the baby they waited so long for. I mean, I feel like that was like a big goal from beginning to end. And knowing that, baby came in and out with no complications and knowing that I delivered okay, I feel like that was a big thing. But also just having the, new connections. I feel like we just made new friends, basically. Yes.
Yeah, that's definitely rewarding. And yeah, the fact that
Yes.
the baby's fully okay and that you're fully okay, I feel like,
Yeah,
yes.
it is. It really is.
And the next question is, would you consider becoming a surrogate again? Why or why not?
Honestly, I tell people this all the time that I honestly, once I get the okay to do it again, I probably would. Honestly, I had like such a great experience from like beginning to the end. And knowing that I'm helping another family and I can say, yeah, I helped create another family, which I not a lot of people can say they can do. And if my body can do it, then I'm gonna do it. So I honestly would, and I honestly would stick with ACRC just because I already have that great connection going that I don't want to leave you guys. I love you guys. Yes.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
I feel like most of the surrogates, or at least it's something I've been hearing like so much in the past couple months, because I think with ACRC we had quite a few deliveries towards the end of the year. And
Yes.
already in January we had like at least five. And almost
Yes.
all of them have said that they're like, I'm just waiting until they can tell me I can become a surrogate again.
Yes.
I'm sign me up. And I'm like, oh my
Definitely.
gosh, like you're thinking about it again. Like, but yeah, like that is a really common response that we like saying,
It is, yeah.
yeah,
And I
that's
follow a lot of surrogates too, and a lot of them usually say that, they had a great first experience, that they would do it again in a heartbeat. And I was like, that's kind of how I mean, it was easy from like start to end. And
yeah,
honestly, I can't complain about it.
yeah,
I
that's
really
true.
can't.
And then, okay, next question. It's our second to last one. If you
Okay.
were speaking to someone considering surrogacy, what would you tell them about just surrogacy in general and working with ACRC specifically?
Honestly, I just tell them that you guys are very transparent, honestly. And the fact that you guys are just like open, you guys keep great communication. And I feel like we're become like a big group of friends because I do know we have like a surrogate support group. And then just seeing like all the other women and seeing that you can connect to them and relate to them just makes it nice. So honestly, it's just like a big family here at ACRC. Yes.
Did you ever go to any of the support meetings by?
I did make it to a few in the beginning of my pregnancy, and it was actually
Okay.
just kind of nice. They were just very like laid back, and
They're
you kind
super
of
laid
just like
back.
chit. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I know when I went to my first one, I was a little anxious. I was like, oh gosh, like what do I have to do? And I go on there, and everybody's just like hanging out like in their bed, some like whatever, just comfy, and I'm like overthinking everything.
I'm
Yes.
so proud of the support meetings, not because I planned them, but that's
No.
why I like that you mentioned support meetings.
Yes. No, they're nice.
And then, okay, we have our last question. And yeah, do you think there is anything else we should do as an agency to better work with surrogates? And I guess this can be like feedback for ACRC.
Honestly, I can't think of any because that was one question I kind of looked over. I was like, what is there anything that I can change? But even like looking on the ACRC like pages and stuff, nobody really has anything bad to say, honestly. And then just like the surrogate review pages. I know a lot of people with other agencies, they end up having issues with, communication, or they always talk about like escrow issues and stuff. But as far as I can admit, I have never had issues, and Kim's always been amazing about making things or making sure things are submitted like the right way. And if anything is missing, she's always like real quick getting back to me. But otherwise, no, I don't really have anything that I can say needs to be improved. I feel like everybody's just working so efficiently. It runs smooth. It runs very smooth from my end, at least.
Oh, that's very
Yes.
sweet. And yes, I don't want to say you got lucky you got Kim, but I think you got really lucky
Yes.
that you got Kim. I'm
No, she
happy that
does.
you had her. Oh,
Yes, me too. I was gonna say my experience with her has been amazing, and I even told her I was like, I hope everything goes smooth. So I was like, I want to do this again, but I also want to make sure I'm with you still. Like, don't get rid of me.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah. And I feel like
Yes.
one of the good things like about ACRC, and I think we really stay true to what we say is like every step of the way because it's like
Yeah.
yeah, even if you're 4 weeks, always message like your case manager or like send us a DM or like anything. And like
Yeah.
that's part of like our thing. It's like we're
Yeah.
even if you're not a surrogate but you want information like but you haven't joined our agency yet, like we want to give advice or help support any way that we can.
Oh,
So
definitely.
yeah.
Yes. And well, and even talking about that too, because even Samantha messaged, she was, I think it
Oh
was like a couple days ago, and she was like, hey, I saw you had baby. I hope you're doing okay. If you need anything, let me know. And I was just like, oh my gosh. I was like, this is a lady that like got me and a parents matched. And here we
yeah.
are like 4 weeks postpartum, and she's already saying like, how are you doing? And congratulations. And I'm still here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
We truly do have some really good managers in ACRC.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I'm glad you had a really good experience. Like you said, I feel like it sounded very smooth as well.
Yes.
So I mean that's the best outcome like for any journey. Like so
Is. That's
that's
why I was like, everything was good, but not everybody has the perfect journey, and I don't
true.
want anybody to feel bad either. So it's like sometimes it doesn't, come out how you want it. So
Yeah.
that's one thing about it. And that's one thing about
Yeah.
pregnancy.
It's true. It's and it has a lot to do with like it's biology, it's science, not everything is
Yes.
always the first try or
Yes.
anything. So you just have to stay hopeful, like think sticky thoughts, as we say.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really glad
No,
that it
definitely.
went well. And I want to thank you so much for the interview too. It was so kind of you to
Yes. Thank
accept.
you.
And
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I'm all about it now. I was
oh,
like,
thank you
I'm
so
all about
much.
like sharing things.
I like seeing your videos and I like seeing any like of our surrogates videos too.
I know. See,
Um,
that's how I am. I think a lot of my TikTok right now is mainly like surrogates, and it's like surrogates from like our agency to other agencies and seeing how they're being handled and how they stuff. So it's always kind of neat to seeing how everybody's adjusting. And also you learn like a lot of things from people, like how they handled injections and how they give them. And I was like, okay, this would be nice to know. Maybe for my next journey, I'll know do this way.
yeah, that is
So
true
it's
because everyone does things really, really differently. And so you get to learn from each other. It's very, very true.
definitely yes.
Well, I won't take up more of your time then. So thank
Oh,
you
you're fine.
again so much. I really do appreciate
Yes,
it.
no,
And you
thank
have,
you again.
of course, and have a great rest of your day.
Yes, you too. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.